Hey guys, today we'll be getting into some juicy relationship stories. If you have your own story that you want to send me, my email is down in the description. And I'll go ahead and get into the video. Husband tells me he's not attracted to me on our baby moon. This comes from you/straight to voicemail. We are both 28, I'm female, he's male, together for almost 10 years, married for 2. I am currently on my baby moon with my husband. I'm 5 months and this is our first baby. A couple of days ago, he was acting weird. The day before, we had so much fun. I nag him to tell me what's going on, and he tells me that he's not happy with his life, where he is in his life, including me, that he's not sure about anything, and that he feels like he can't be his authentic self, that I'm often being rude with him and snappy, and he feels like I don't appreciate him. It really hurt to hear that he is feeling this way. I love him so much, and I don't want to make him feel that way. We talked for hours in our room and tried to solve the problem. We are getting somewhere, and then he just said, by the way, I'm also struggling with my attraction to you because I am overweight. He said that he just wanted to let me know that it wasn't just who I am, but also the way I look. She's 5 months pregnant. She's not overweight. I haven't been able to stop crying. It's been 3 days and I'm still on this stupid damn cruise ship, stuck and panicking. I wake up panicking and go to sleep crying. I feel like I'm living a nightmare. He's an amazing man and has been so supportive. We've been together for 10 years. I really do love him and I know he loves me too. He says he loves me and he's always going to be with me and that we're going to get through this. But this pregnancy has already been so difficult and now I have that on my plate too. With the only person that was holding me together. Now I can't look at myself in the mirror. I feel so ugly and unwanted. He's been telling me that I'm beautiful and yada yada to try to help. He keeps saying everything is going to be okay, but I'm the one who was just told that I am a flaw in all regards. I cried so hard that I threw up. I feel like I'm in a nightmare and I just want to wake up. I've been caught dealing with so many things. It's my first pregnancy and many other family issues right now. I feel so caught off guard and stupid and disgusting. I even hate myself for not being able to get my shit together right now. Like I'm just failing continuously. I don't know what to think right now, honestly. I feel like I'm glad he was honest, but the timing and manner of it all feels so insensitive. What do I do to be able to move forward from this? That man is not a supportive man. I honestly doubt that he actually loves you. Because what kind of man would say this to you, especially while you're on your baby moon and you're 5 months? I'd say definitely try to get some support from someone else, like someone in your family, and leave him. I think this will only get worse.
How's it going?
How do I tell my husband I'm uncomfortable with him staying with a female colleague on work trips? This comes from you/mysterious12361. I was going to post this on Am I the A-hole, but since I'm 95% sure I'm not the a-hole, I guess I'm looking for relationship advice instead. So, would I be the a-hole if I, 38 female, told my husband, 40 male, I don't want him to stay with a colleague, 45 female, single, when they travel together for work? My husband and colleague are a part of a dozen independently contracted people within a professional creative group, which manage projects with clients. Husband and colleague find their work to be complementary, so they're hoping to work on more projects together. Husband and I live in City A, we're from City B, where both sets of parents live, and City C is where the professional group and colleague are based. Last time husband was working in the City C, he stayed on colleague's couch. Fine, whatever, not a big deal for a one-off thing. Then, he had a job in City B last week that she worked with him on, and they stayed at his parents' house together Tuesday to Saturday. To clarify, City B is my hometown, where my family also lives. I didn't know about this until he was on the way out the door Tuesday. If he mentioned it, I probably would have said, oh, wouldn't everyone be more comfortable if she was put up in a hotel? Granted, budget was a consideration, but my feelings is that if the group, client or husband can't afford an assistant on the project, then it can't be a requisite for the job. And this isn't a one-time scenario. If he plans to keep working with her, so this will definitely come up again in some iteration. Relationship background. Husband and I have been together for 4 years, married for 6 months. We were originally together for a while 15 years ago, but our paths diverged. In a crazy, full circle way, we were brought back together, and I'm happier than I've ever been in her partnership. Our relationship is based on mutual respect and admiration, and he is extremely loyal when it comes to friends, family, and me. I want to make it clear that I trust him 100%. This isn't about infidelity, it's about boundaries and respect, and he shows that he cares about my feelings.
Where's the ladder?
It's gotta be
All
around here
week,
somewhere.
I've been dealing with icks and ers about this. I've been occupying a huge portion of my thoughts. I was by myself while they were working together every day, sharing meals, presumably hanging out until bedtime.
Got it.
And then, of
Great, bring it
course,
over.
there are my irrational, neurotic thoughts, like, did he make coffee for her every morning? Did she use my mother-in-law's shampoo? Does he think she's cooler than me? Is he going to run off to City C because it's
Ladies
way
first.
more rewarding than our life together?
Lady.
I hate that
You
I'm
must be thinking of
insecure and
someone
jealous and prone to ruminating on this
It's all
stuff.
relative.
Yes, I
This
have a
way.
therapist. Yes, we talk about this sort of thing. It might be different if I had met colleague or knew any details about her at all.
Down through here.
All I know about her is that they have a lot in common, and she's apparently comfortable with this level of familiarity with a married colleague. I'm already prepared for how it will go if I bring this up. His reaction, at best, is going to be invalidating my feelings in the guise of reassurance. You're being silly, this is ridiculous. What are you worried about?
Speaking of merchandise,
Or
when's that next
defensive.
shipment due?
Hold up.
Why are you admonishing me when I've done nothing wrong? Especially when it comes to personal critique, which makes it hard to express my feelings sometimes. He's not one to conform to the conventions of society, so me saying, this is objectively inappropriate, or this simply isn't done, would not be useful arguments. He usually means well, but this can be really blind to how his actions affect me. I'm really hoping that me saying I'm uncomfortable is enough for him to agree to the reasonable request of getting colleague a damn hotel next time. Okay,
Should be able to fit
so
through
here's a part that I was on the fence about adding in, because all of the above is enough for being upset,
Damn ceiling's
but
falling
it's
apart. Be
important for the
careful.
context of my emotional needs not being prioritized, and it definitely adds to my sensitive emotional state. My mum died 3 months ago, so I drove up to City B on Friday to prep for my mum's Sunday memorial celebration. I thought husband was going to join me at my parents' house across town Friday night, but I guess there was a miscommunication, and he had to do a bit more work on this project Saturday. We talked about this on the phone Thursday, and he told me he was probably going to stay with his parents Saturday night too, so colleague wouldn't be uncomfortable at the house there without him. I basically told him, no, I need him with me. I honestly can't even believe he entertained the idea of prioritizing her comfort over my need for this support during a huge emotional life event, a few days before the memorial. I love this person. I trust him, but I'm frustrated and sad. Why is he such a dummy when it comes to all this? The big work job is done, and we got through the memorial. So I guess I'm looking for some communication advice, some validation, and maybe some personal experience. Thank you for taking the time to read all this. TLDR, husband is overfamiliar with a female colleague. He doesn't think it's a problem, but the real issue is that he's oblivious to how this makes me feel. I'm not sure how to raise it without him getting defensive. Oh my god, why are you saying that you're 100% that he isn't going to cheat on you? I think it's possible he's having an emotional affair because, or maybe physical, because why would he prioritize his colleague being comfortable in his family home over seeing you because your mum died? He does not sound like a good man, and I don't know you, but I'm going to assume that you deserve better than this. My dad died. My significant other is mad he has to make dinner. This comes from u/reward adventurers 610. Okay, let's get into it. After moving to our home state nearly a year ago, after 7 years of my significant other complaining how our new state sucked and he missed home, I've been working full-time in a demanding job that I really love. Unfortunately, significant other has been unemployed for over a year, applying for only about 15 jobs in that time. We both chose to move home to be near our parents, and that's been mostly positive. But I lost my stepmother in August, requiring I drive to another state to take care of a grey gardens type situation. I thought that was the most traumatic things I'd had to do this year. A few weeks later, however, my dad was hospitalized, and I tried to be at the hospital as much as I could, considering I was new at my job and had used all my leave with my stepmother's house. My dad and she were still married, but he'd moved back to our state for health reasons. She refused many times to leave with him. The day after my dad was released from the hospital against family wishes, he died. I came over to make him soup and found he had passed. That's terrible. You're the one that found him. So significant other has largely been supportive, but he repeatedly has been irritated that he has to make dinner weeknights, as I work full-time and try to address two people's estates, no wills, plus grief. When he recently made an insensitive comment about having to make dinner part of the week, I asked him to consider that this was insensitive considering all that was going on. Additionally, I made all dinners for our family while working full-time and being the primary caregiver for our son for 12 years. When I shared this, he immediately fell into a cycle where he shuts down, shuts me out, gets defensive, then reactive, then depressed. It's always what kept me from being honest with him. Long story short, I kept asking him to talk to me for days. I acknowledged how he must be hurting too. I thanked him for everything he did around the house. I knew something was bothering him and asked him to talk with me. After days of needing to report my dad's death to creditors, and my son at dinner was cutting me off when I suggested better ways of communicating about winning rides, they both snapped at me and shut me out. I got up, put on a coat, and went for a walk, and I didn't take my phone. An hour later, I got home and sat with my son outside, and we talked and apologized and listened to each other. When I tried the same with the significant other, he was immediately cold and defensive. No matter what I said, he responded that what I said hadn't happened, and that I was being mean. I asked him to then share something with me that he felt I hadn't heard instead of just negating what I said. That's so effed up to put pressure on me, was the response. I pointed out that I was crying and mourning and asked why he was so cold. He asked why I didn't care he had to make dinner. As with all conflicts, this is a simplified version. He is a good person, but we almost got divorced 4 years ago because of how his undealt with trauma meant he didn't ever want to talk. Why can't we just act like everything is fine? He fell into reactive patterns. I'm in a hotel now. He is not someone to ever go after anyone, so it's not for drama. I'm an oldest daughter. I know what taking on a lot with little support means, but I'm completely shocked by this. Being told that I'm selfish because when I cook on weekends, it's just pasta, roasted butternut squash, homemade sauce, slow simmered. Am I insane? Am I, a 39-year-old woman who has been checking on everyone and working full-time, the worst? Did I, today, finally yell that it would be cool if significant other applied to more jobs and get a therapist per our agreement when we decided to not divorce, and to not drink so much that he passes out on the couch every night? Because all I want is to make the people I love feel love. But now I just feel insane and alone. I keep trying to reach out to him to support home in his own frustration and grief, but he shuts me out. Now I'm drinking wine in a plastic glass in a motel because of it. He knows I'm barely functioning. Am I the a-hole for saying he should leave when I get back? R.I.P. my dad. a badass, and my best friend. No, you would not be the a-hole for saying he should leave. I'm going to assume you guys are the same age, so he's a 49-year-old man that has not tried to grow as he gets older. No, he's never going to change. You would not be bad to say that he should leave. Husband has been lying about finances, and I want a divorce. This comes to you by u/dinnerroutine1137. My 41 female, husband 51 male, and I have been married for 12 years and have 3 kids, and also adult stepkids who were adults when I married him. I have a good relationship with my stepkids, who are estranged from their bio mum. I stayed home with our young kids. At his urging, I was working when I met him, and he provides financially through a business he owns. Over the years, I have asked many times about our taxes and been told that they have been taken care of. At some point, maybe 5 years ago, we started getting notices of a lien on our house. When I asked him about this, he said it was some kind of clerical mistake, not to worry about it. I started to get the inkling that he wasn't being honest, and I asked him about it many times. He would be aggressively angry at me for accusing him of lying and convinced me that I was being paranoid and trying to sabotage our relationship. A couple years ago, we started going to couples counseling for some other issues we were having, mainly dead bedroom because I don't trust him. There are other issues, mainly with him not listening to how I feel, dismissing me, and treating me like his maid. In therapy, he also lied about our financial issues. But I didn't know that at the time. The therapist made me feel like everything was my fault because I was not trusting a relationship improved for a little bit. Until a couple months ago, when I checked my bank account and noticed that the Instant Government Agency had taken money out. I confronted him about it, and he confessed that he had not paid the taxes on the business in a couple years, which is for some reason connected to our taxes. He explained that he was just so stressed out, blah blah blah, and tried to blame it on his accountant. I tried to get over the dishonesty. A couple weeks later, I found out that it has actually been 10 years that he hasn't paid taxes. So when he came clean, because he got caught, he initially only told me part of the story. I'm just not over it, and I want a divorce. I can't get over the dishonesty in the fact that I don't believe anything he says anymore. Not even, I'm going to the store. Not to mention the possible legal and financial consequences for me. But when I talk to people about it, they think I'm just overreacting and I should try to forgive him. That is terrible. He does not respect you. Definitely try and get a divorce. There is an update. She said, "Thank you for all the validation. My mom passed away unexpectedly a few years ago, and I really wish I could talk to her about this. I know it's silly to turn to Reddit, but I really do feel better, so thank you. I had already spoken with a divorce attorney, but thank you for your advice about the tax attorney. I spoke with one today. That I'm so glad for her. Yeah, get out as fast as you can. 12 years. That's terrible. Gee, I'm low-key glad that that's finished because I feel so bad for these people. Like, I need to start reading some wholesome stories to make me feel better. But that's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you stayed through this long, please give me a thumbs up and say in the comments what you want to hear next. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.